All right, guys and gals, this is Alex, apartment broker here in Kansas City, talking to you about all the new deals that have hit the Kansas City market here in the last 7 days. I've got Zillow pulled up here. MLS powers information in here through Zillow, so this is going to tell you all of the MLS listings that have hit the market here as we talk about every single week. I don't want to take up too much of your time today. There's not a ton of new opportunities that have come on board. We saw a pretty good stretch there in March, April, where there was quite a few properties. Now that has pulled back a little bit, and really there's only a couple of new ones. Again, we don't really cover the new construction, so this property here that's 645, there's several of them in that area that look like duplexes that are essentially new properties. Those have been on the market for quite a while, so I'm not going to cover that. We do have a newer fourplex over here in Kansas City, Kansas for $800,000. That's a fourplex for $800,000. That's $200,000 per unit. It is in a good school district, but it is in Wyandotte County, which turns some people off. So you got to be careful there with the numbers. I looked at the rents, are maybe $1,400 per unit, built in 2008. But if you're interested in this property, please reach out to me. Happy to track this down and get this thing going for you. If you need a fourplex that's newer construction that has decent in-place rents, could be an interesting opportunity for you there. All right. Other new property, new listing here we've got is this 14 units in essentially Grandview. It's quite a bit south. Obviously, Grandview is south, and it's 1.85 million for 14 units. You can see that it actually looks like it's been updated quite well, and it probably has some pretty decent rents in place. This is I forgot what we're kind of really talking about here, the class location. So this is going to be a class B, B minus area for most people. It's got great rent potential because of all the economic developments that are found down south. So it could be an interesting opportunity. However, once we get over $100,000 per unit in more of the class B or C areas, the numbers can be a little bit difficult to make work, but it also looks like it is more of the townhouse style of apartments in terms of having their own exterior access, walk-up style. So could be an interesting opportunity for somebody that wants a building that's been already done, or at least a couple buildings have already been done, and get in there and make some numbers work on it. Okay? So that's the two new properties we've got going on here in the Kansas City Metro over the last week. Again, that was in Grandview. That was a Class B market, maybe B minus, maybe C, depending on. And then we have the $800,000 fourplex in Kansas City, Kansas, but in the Piper School District. So that's probably a B, B minus area. Maybe it's better than that, but something to keep in mind when you're looking at trying to sell. It'll always have that Kansas City, Kansas tag on it. It doesn't bother me, but it does bother some investors for whatever reason. All right, so now we're going to pop over to CoStar LoopNet, and we've got a couple new properties here. We're really only one. I'll talk for only a few seconds on this one. This is actually a senior living facility that maybe a new investor can come in there and convert to an apartment complex. It's been boarded up. I don't know how long it's been vacant, but prior used as more of a senior living facility. So that's a major redevelopment project there. So we're not going to cover that in too much detail. We will talk again about another Kansas City, Kansas property here, Wyandotte Apartments. I really do like these apartments. I helped the seller acquire them a couple of years ago. 48 units, 3.1 million as a purchase price. You can see they've been nicely redone. It is a really nice looking property that just has a lot of potential. It's right next to a really nice high school, Wyandotte High School, and is in a good location in Wyandotte County. So if you want something to look at that's very affordable. 3.1 million for 48 units, very affordable in today's market, and something that you should definitely take a look at. They've got all pitched roofs, very low maintenance. It's just a nice setup over there. So feel free to drive by. Reach out to me if you want to know more about that. I can help out, and we can kind of take it from there. All right, so that's everything on the open market that we've got going on right now. Not a ton of new stuff. There's some stuff that's been sitting there for a while. We still have 3 or 4 listings that are not under contract, and of course I have about a dozen deals off market that I would love to help a buyer and seller match up and get those sold. So again, this is Alex Olson, apartment broker here in Kansas City, and look forward to hearing from you soon.